Hello and welcome to Smash Writing. Today I'm bringing you something a little bit different. Normally on this channel we're really big into monsters, things that drip in blood, me crying and not wanting to watch any more James Bond movies anymore. But we're going into the final day of Pride. I've been wanting to cover LBGTQIA, I believe are the initials, a Pride movie for Pride Month. But I've been struggling a bit. I haven't really decided on which one to do. I've already covered some. I didn't have time to do others. When one of my favorite YouTubers, Kristen, did a reaction to a movie called But I Am a Cheerleader. And the way she talked about it, I'm going to put a link to the description, a link in the description to her channel. Go check her out. She is awesome, amazing. Comment in her section telling her that Sam is better than Sydney for the laughs. But the way she talked about this movie, this is a movie she holds really close in her heart. And she talked it up to the point where I'm like, you know what? I'll do this movie. Let's check it out. Let's review But I Am a Cheerleader. You know how it is. Keep the preliminaries short, sweet. Get to the point. Let's talk about this movie. This movie, we start out, we meet the cheerleader named Megan. You know, all-American girl. She's a cheerleader. She's dating jock football player. We get one of the most horrific makeout scenes I've ever seen. Ever. She is not into it. He is going way too ham into it. It's please stop. Please make it stop. But she goes home and she's got these religious fanatic parents who are staring daggers at her during prayer, especially when they're like stressing normal life, normal roles. And next day she's at school and all of her friends are acting a bit strange and a bit odd, and her boyfriend's taking her home and he's going like 10 miles an hour down this road, maybe 5 miles an hour down this road. A football player runs by the car. And we find out that it's because they're setting up an intervention with a guy from a place called True Direction. It's a conversion camp. Let's call it what it is. But this is an intervention for Megan. Her family and her friends sit her down and tell her they are convinced she is a lesbian. It's just the most horrifying thing for these people. And I'm thinking, well, come on, it's not like she's attacking animals or watching Tom Cruise movies. She's fine. But she is convinced she is straight. She's a happy boyfriend. They are wrong. She is not going to this camp. Next scene, she's going to this camp. And we meet the founder, operator, owner, lead wacko, Mary, and her son Rocco, who might be one of the funniest characters in this movie. But there are 5 stages that she has to go through over the next few months to graduate and become straight. And we meet a few of the people, and when they get to the room, we meet Graham, who is black sheep of this place, head honcho, outcast of this place, except maybe Sinead. But Graham is here, and Graham is on a slippery slope. She has got influential parents who are rich, and if she does not graduate, there is no trust fund, there is no college fund, there is no car, there is no family for her. She's homeless. And as the movie goes on, we find out it's the same thing for Megan. Megan doesn't graduate. She doesn't have a home to go to. And as it goes along, and two of the kids end up hooking up at this place, and Megan inadvertently gets them caught, Clayton and Dolph. And Dolph ends up getting thrown out while Clayton gets put in a hen house. Burn this place down. But we find out a little bit later on what happens with that. But as they're progressing through these stages, the feelings start forming between Graham and Megan, and then it becomes a relationship after a night of a club. No, I will not say the name of the club. Go watch the movie. But the relationship is forming and everything, and they sneak out for a little sleepover, as Sinead puts it, who catches them and rats them out the next morning. And Mary pulls them in one at a time and pretty much goes, if you participate in the final stage, which is sexual stimulation group where you stimulate normal sex. If Megan is partners with Rocco, who is dancing outside, and it is fantastic timing. Megan refuses. And Graham comes in and gets the same deal, and Graham takes it, which I was shocked by. So Megan is forced to leave. She goes to this house with this gay couple who live at, and they were the ones who helped them get to the club so they can just get away from that place for a little bit. And she asks them to teach her how to be a lesbian. And they tell her, like, well, we can't teach you that. You just be yourself. That's what this is all about. You live your life and be who you are. And we see Dolph again, and that Dolph ran there, and he's staying there. Each of them miss their partners back at True Direction. Dolph is missing Clayton, and Megan is devastated that Graham didn't come. But they catch a plan, and they go in this black and gray camo for camo to sneak it through an open field to interrupt this graduation. Dolph gets Clayton to come, but Megan fails to get Graham. And but she's not to be dissuaded. She comes back in full cheerleader outfit and does this really romantic cheer that wins Graham over, and we get the happy ending to this film. Alright, let's dive into the review. Like I said, I'm genuinely shocked that Megan was the one to be thrown out. I figured it would be Graham, and Megan would have stayed, and Graham would have had to win her back. But it does work out so much better this way because you do get that really romantic cheer. And as incredible coming from me, because normally those giant public relationship moments, like public displays of affection, I guess you can call them. I mean, it's just weird. I want to hear my face, but this was done so well and perfect. Worked amazing. I loved it. And it was really sweet. This movie was so well written. All these characters, even all the kids in this group, were all handled really well with different reasonings. Some played up for jokes, implied like this is dumb. And everyone does a really fantastic job. This is one of the main part of this was Natasha Lyonne's performance as Megan. That was so wonderful. All these awkward mannerisms and twitches and perkiness. She's really a happy person, but she has so much inner conflict. Like, she doesn't even know what this is because this is her whole life is this fanatic religion has been pounded into her head. Man, woman, man, woman, man, woman. But she's not into that. And then when she's devastated because it's not what she believes, and you're watching all of it unravel in her head, and then you throw in a romantic interest with Graham and getting thrown out and becoming this awesome character at the end. And Natasha Lyonne just killed it the entire time of the way. Clay Duvall was Clay Duvall. Clay Duvall? I'm so terrible with names. I'm sure I got it right on the first take, but Clay Duvall is Clay Duvall. She's amazing. It's like 40% of the reason why I watched this movie. The setting, the sound were all really good. The shots, there were so many really great shots, fun little cutaway gags, and some really beautiful shots. Negatives. Is there any other positives I can shine a light on? One, but we'll get to it at the end. But negatives. Here it is. There are none. There are none. Like, yeah, it's like, I hate conversion therapy camp movies. But that's because I want them burnt down. But they gave me a really good ending, so I can overlook it. And that's what this movie is. It is a really well-written story showing that you're normal. That you're not some kind of albatross or monsters. You're fine the way you are. Be who you are, and that's what this movie stresses and tells you. And you're so happy to see Megan overcome all of this and go off with Graham and Dolph off with Clayton. That's the big takeaway of this movie. Just be who you are. Be kind. Be supportive. Be happy. Live your life. That's all you got to do. S tier movie. It can't be anything less. Alright then. Bye bye.